Did you know that the United States has over 300 ports of entry? And in December 2023, the U.S. Border Patrol had nearly 250,000 encounters with migrants crossing into the United States from Mexico? This is where the U.S. Customs and Border Protection come into action. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection, or CBP, serves as the nation's largest federal law enforcement agency, with the crucial responsibility of safeguarding the nation's borders and facilitating international travel and trade. Their primary focus is on preventing radicals and their weapons from entering the United States, a crucial aspect of national security. While illegal immigration presents a significant challenge for the United States, a growing concern stems from the alarming number of convicted criminals who attempt to cross into the country illegally. The CBP plays a vital role in identifying and apprehending these individuals, working diligently to maintain the safety and security of the nation while upholding the laws and regulations that govern border control and immigration. So, today and across the globe, we will be looking at the number of criminals arrested at the border each year between 2017 and 2024. 2017. In the fiscal year 2017, Border Patrol apprehended 303,916 undocumented migrants near the U.S.-Mexico border. Of the apprehensions, nearly 98% were along the southwest border. However, 2017 did see a 26% drop in migrants compared to 2016, with many attributing this in large part to the Trump effect. The Trump effect refers to the impact that President Donald Trump's policies and rhetoric had on various aspects of society, including immigration. This noticeable decrease in migrants in 2017 was, at the time, what many believed to be a big step in the right direction in tackling migrant issues, especially considering the fact that arrests of people trying to cross illegally into the U.S. from Mexico plummeted to the lowest level since 1971, as fewer people attempted the trek, arguably in fear of the new president. However, there were still many people willing to take the risk, especially wanted criminals fleeing their own countries to evade the law. According to official CBP enforcement statistics, there were 8,531 criminal non-citizens encountered at the border in 2017. Out of this number, 2,675 had outstanding wants or warrants leading to arrests. The average Border Patrol agent apprehended 18 migrants in 2017, working out to one every 20 days. 2018. In 2018, the Trump administration took significant steps to address illegal immigration in the United States, further bolstering the so-called Trump effect on border control. One notable development was the implementation of a zero-tolerance policy, which included the separation of migrant families at the U.S.-Mexico border as a deterrent measure. As reported by WOLA, the number of migrants apprehended by Border Patrol at the U.S.-Mexico border in 2018 reached 396,579 people, a significant figure that highlighted the administration's commitment to cracking down on illegal immigration. Additionally, there was an increase in arrests and deportations of individuals living in the country unlawfully. On top of this, a striking number of criminals attempted to enter the nation. In the fiscal year of 2018, there were 6,698 criminal non-citizens encountered at the border, of which 1,550 had outstanding wants or warrants. According to PolitiFact, among these numbers, violent offenders made up a small share, whereas nearly half of the convictions were due to previous attempts to enter the United States illegally. Of the other named crimes, drug offenses and driving under the influence made up the next largest portions. Drug offenses and drunk driving accounted for the second highest percentages of the other crimes listed. 2019. According to Migration Policy, in the fiscal year 2019, approximately 1 million immigrants became lawful permanent residents in the United States through various channels, such as family reunification, employment-based visas, and humanitarian programs. Despite this significant number of legal immigrants entering the country, the United States continued to grapple with issues of illegal immigration. Many individuals attempting to cross the U.S.-Mexico border without authorization were found to have criminal backgrounds in their home countries, raising concerns about public safety and national security. According to the official CBP enforcement statistics, there were 4,269 criminal non-citizens encountered at the border in 2019. Out of this number, 4,153 had outstanding wants or warrants leading to arrests. 2020. In 2020, the United States was estimated to have approximately 10.2 million illegal immigrants residing in the country, representing a significant portion of the overall immigrant population. The presence of such a large number of unauthorized immigrants raised concerns about issues such as border security, law enforcement, and the enforcement of immigration laws. However, to combat this, in October 2020, the Trump administration proudly announced the completion of nearly 400 miles or 640 kilometers of new border wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. By the end of 2020, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers reported that an additional 435 miles of border wall had been completed as part of efforts to enhance border security and curb illegal immigration. Despite these extensive border wall construction projects, individuals continued to attempt to cross the border without authorization, with a notable portion of these individuals being identified as criminals fleeing their home countries. The fiscal year 2020 saw 2,438 criminal non-citizens met at the border. 2,054 of these individuals had outstanding wants or warrants. 2021. According to Pew Research Center, the unauthorized immigrant population in the United States reached 10.5 million in 2021. What's more, this year saw a notable increase in the number of criminals fleeing their countries and attempting to cross over into the United States illegally, only to be apprehended by border authorities. This surge in criminal activity highlighted the ongoing challenges faced by law enforcement agencies in preventing unauthorized border crossings and addressing the complex issues associated with illegal immigration. The influx of individuals with criminal backgrounds seeking entry into the United States raised concerns about public safety and national security, prompting intensified efforts to secure the border and enhance immigration enforcement measures. In 2021, there were 10,763 criminal non-citizens encountered at the border, of which 1,904 had outstanding wants or warrants. One example of this was reported by the New York Post in 2021, when a 39-year-old Mexican man was caught crossing the border and was later revealed to be a felon who had served time in jail for various assaults and transporting and selling narcotics. Around the same time of his arrest, Border Patrol agents in the El Centro sector of Southern California had arrested and/or removed many individuals wanted or convicted on a plethora of offense charges. Additionally, 3 undocumented migrants were taken into custody by Rio Grande Valley sector agents on May 17, 2021, in a case that made worldwide news. They were identified as members of criminal gangs. A 27-year-old Mexican male was confirmed to be a member of the Paisa gang. A 23-year-old El Salvadoran male was confirmed to be a member of the 18th Street gang, and a 21-year-old Salvadoran female was confirmed to be a member of the MS-13 gang. 2022. According to Statista, by 2022, the U.S. Border Patrol had registered over 2.2 million cases of migrant encounters. NBC News stated that these high numbers were driven in part by increases in the number of Venezuelans, Cubans, and Nicaraguans making the trek north. Additionally, 100 migrants whose identities matched those on the terrorist screening dataset had been apprehended by Customs and Border Protection trying to cross the U.S.-Mexico border during fiscal year 2022. 2022 also saw a considerable spike in convicted criminals attempting to cross the border illegally. According to official CBP enforcement statistics, there were 12,028 criminal non-citizens encountered at the border in 2022. Out of this number, 949 had outstanding wants or warrants leading to arrests. 2023. According to NBC News, the year 2023 saw U.S. border agents facing a concerning trend as they encountered a growing number of individuals on the FBI's terrorist watch list attempting to enter the country through the southern border. The Homeland Threat Assessment released by the Department of Homeland Security highlighted the increased risk posed by individuals with potential ties to terrorism seeking to exploit vulnerabilities in the border security system. By July 2023, 160 migrants whose identities matched those on the terrorist screening dataset had been apprehended by Customs and Border Protection trying to cross the U.S.-Mexico border. In the fiscal year 2023, there were 15,267 criminal non-citizens encountered at the border, of which 988 had outstanding wants or warrants. 2024. The fiscal year for 2024 runs from October 1, 2023 to September 30, 2024. In February 2024, data released by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection highlighted a concerning trend of increased illegal crossings along the southwest border in February of 2024. According to the data, the total number of unauthorized border crossings reached 189,922, marking a significant 21% increase from the same period in 2023. What's more, according to Pew Research, the U.S. Border Patrol had nearly 250,000 encounters with migrants crossing into the United States from Mexico in December 2023, which stands as the highest monthly total on record, easily surpassing the previous peak of around 224,000 encounters in May 2022. In terms of criminals attempting to cross the border, so far in 2024, the United States border has already seen the encounter of 7,064 criminal non-citizens, with 404 of them having outstanding wants or warrants. This troubling data points to a concerning trend that suggests the possibility of a year with higher numbers than the previous one. The presence of criminal non-citizens with outstanding warrants raises significant red flags and underscores the need for robust border security measures to prevent potential threats from entering the country. According to Fox News, out of these individuals stopped, by February 2024, Border Patrol had arrested 178 gang members, people with violent crime histories including homicide, and convicted felons charged with weapons trafficking. On March 7, 2024, a significant arrest was made at the California-Mexico border when Freddy Ivan Andres Parada, a senior leader of the Notorious MS-13 street gang and one of the FBI's most wanted gang fugitives, was apprehended on narco-terrorism charges. The capture of Andres Parada represents a major victory in the fight against organized crime and gang violence, particularly in the realm of drug trafficking and terrorism that takes place back and forth across the border. This goes to show how the United States is consistently implementing a range of measures to combat illegal border crossings and enhance border security. To that, Border Patrol has been utilizing advanced technology, increased manpower, and strategic partnerships with other law enforcement agencies to detect and deter illegal border crossings. In these ramped-up efforts to combat illegal border crossings, a collaborative approach between U.S. Customs and Border Protection, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services has been implemented. These agencies are working together to swiftly process individuals encountered at the border and expedite the removal of those who do not have a legal basis to remain in the country. What about how much illegal immigration costs Americans in every state?